South Florida. This is Headliners, only on CBS News Miami.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Headliners. I'm Elliot Rodriguez. The influx of migrant landings continues across South Florida. Dozens of migrants were released, but all of them are getting a document saying they could be deported to their country of origin. That's part of the changes happening now. CBS News Miami's Yvonne Taylor joins us from Marathon at the facility where they are processed.
Didier Sanchez and a group of 20 other migrants already feel free. They allege federal agents drove them to this train station in Fort Lauderdale. They just gave us our papers, a phone, and told us to call our families from here. All of them received 2 documents. One is an expedited removal. In other words, a deportation order. That applies to any migrant who comes to the Florida shores in a raft because it is considered an illegal entry. This comes after a weekend that U.S. Coast Guard confirmed 273 migrants were repatriated to Cuba. Among those, this group of 18 who left the island on December 31st aboard the vessel, Jose Carlos Campos' wife. As they were a few miles from dry Tortugas, they were intercepted by U.S. Coast Guard. This weekend, they were sent back to Cuba. These are migrants who made it to shore and processed by U.S. Border Patrol. However, they are no longer guaranteed an automatic stay. According to them, they were separated once they made it to shore. I was part of a group of 7 cousins. I don't know why we were separated. Yet he said he was happy. He felt relieved, especially after a relative picked him up. He is not worried about any documents, at least not for now. I'm Yvonne Taylor, CBS News, Miami.
A virtual reality video game is being used to save lives, a technology used to teach police officers how to de-escalate dangerous situations. Officers who receive training were reportedly 58% less likely to injure someone than those who did not get the training. CBS News Miami's Ted Scouten takes you inside the metaverse for this immersive experience.
You're not real. None of this is real.
All right, I'm going to teleport you back into the room, a different position of the room.
Miramar Police, come out with your hands up.
We step into the world of virtual reality with Miramar Police, their de-escalation training, now in the metaverse, giving them the ability to create or recreate any scenario.
Shots fired, suspect is down.
This is the first time Officer Jeffrey Gilbert is using the new system. Training Officer Mauricio Arbeles is at the controls. He has the ability to manipulate the scene as Officer Gilbert responds to the virtual call. How does something like this help you to do a better job with better outcomes?
Basically the training. It helps us because this is the closest to reality we can get to.
Turn around, ma'am. Turn around and drop your weapon right now.
Raul Montero lives in Miramar. He's getting a sneak peek at the virtual training that will be used in the Citizens Police Academy next year. Montero was successful in de-escalating a scenario involving a woman with a gun at a park.
Put your hands down. Put your hands behind your back.
Training Officer Tony Egues is coaching him as he goes through a second scenario, a woman with a knife.
We would encourage our officers, get on the radio, ask for 1094, which is backup to us.
In the second one,
I'm just here to talk to you.
He was forced to fire.
Is there something that I can talk to her from behind to where she can't get to me with that knife?
Police officers have nanoseconds to try to make the right decisions, keep everyone safe, including themselves.
Put the bat down. I put on the goggles to test my skills. Training Officer Egues went into the virtual world with me. I was trying to de-escalate a situation at a bar where a woman was armed with a bat.
Keep giving a verbal command.
Back up more. Back up. Just 1 minute and 8 seconds into my attempts to de-escalate while trying to get a bystander to move. Sir, put your... I fired at her as she rushed me. Officer Egues suggests that there could have been a different outcome had I simply stepped behind the bar.
You can put that between you and the lady, gives you a little more distance, and perhaps it gives you the option to talk her down a bit prior to her taking action. Ma'am, I don't want to shoot.
Ma'am, I don't want to shoot. In a second scenario, a naked woman with a knife. I talked her down in 1 minute and 2 seconds. Get on the ground. Eguis explains that the premise of this training is simple.
We're asking our officers to think critically and expand those options, so to speak, in a matter of seconds. That's very difficult to do.
Many Miramar police officers have already been here in the virtual world for training. The others will have their opportunity next year. Ted Scouten, CBS News, Miami.
In Broward County, the pressure is on after yet another hurdle in the county's 911 system. This time, it's an expired contract between the Sheriff's Department and the county. CBS News Miami's Chelsea Jones spoke to a county commissioner about what might come next.
911, what is the address of your emergency?
Right now, if you call 911 in Broward County, your call is being answered by dispatchers of the sheriff's office using technology from the county. But that partnership is currently suspended, and for years, residents have had issues getting those emergency calls answered. This home in Hollywood is an example as flames tore through it. Neighbors say their calls to 911 wouldn't go through. These charred remains are all that's left from a fiery blaze. Neighbors tell me things were so bad and they couldn't get any help that somebody had to hop in their car, drive to the fire station to get help.
Candidly, it is working pretty well.
Residents say it's not, and Commissioner Steve Geller says residents are inflating three issues. One, he says in the past they've had problems getting cities to accept all the towers. Two, he says the old phone system didn't work and people couldn't get through, but says that's been addressed. And three, the lack of qualified dispatch employees, an issue he says will be resolved in the next 6 to 12 weeks. But when it comes to the contract with the sheriff's office,
I don't think he should be giving the county the ultimatum that he has given the county. It is my hope that he will reconsider this.
If not, he says a private company will then take over, and that would be a minimal adjustment to current practices.
It's not a big change. The same people at the same locations will be answering the same phones with the same technology.
Chelsea Jones, CBS News, Miami.
When Headliners returns, our show takes us to one former drug addict's mission to help others on their road to recovery.
From South Florida, this is Headliners, only on CBS News Miami.
And welcome back to Headliners. A former drug addict, now 10 years sober, calls her story from Park Avenue to Park Bench. The founder of Blue Waters Recovery and Blue Waters Dog Rescue pairs dogs who need rescuing with people battling addiction. Here's CBS News Miami's Naja Sherman.
Tiffany Skuraton says her life is a miracle.
You know, a little over 10 years ago, I was a homeless heroin addict down here in South Florida. And I got down on my knees one day and I begged God for help. I was so tired. I felt so broken, so hopeless.
Her parents had cut her off finally, and she joined a sober home and program that worked and turned her life around completely.
My dad's like, if you find your passion and you do that for a living, you'll never work a day in your life. I loved helping people and animals. You know, people told me that I was crazy, you know, to have that dream because I was a waitress. I had no college degree. I didn't have any business background. I had no money.
But she knew one thing. Her dog Isabel had never left her side.
When I wanted to give up, I couldn't because I had her. When you're just feeling so broken and everybody's cut you off, and you get that dog who comes up and loves on you, you know it's going to be okay. We've been around since 2015. I rescue humans and animals alike. We have sober living homes, and in the sober living homes, we have rescue dogs. And basically, they kind of foster each other in a way because they're both so in need of the unconditional love that each other can give.
In Dade and Broward, Blue Waters has grown to 172 beds for people. Here in Pompano, there are 14 rescued dogs paired with clients.
How you doing? How's Emmy?
14 months ago, I was homeless, you know, using drugs, and nobody would take me. So this was the last stop on the block.
The dogs have their roommates, and then there are dogs that are rescued, rehabbed, and put in permanent homes.
We have adopters from all over. Yeah, no, we've adopted out hundreds, probably even thousands at this point.
She is forever grateful for the support from the local animal hospital, Another Lifeline.
I couldn't do this without Coral Ridge Animal Hospital.
If she saved only one life, Tiffany would say it was worth it.
People who literally were homeless, came from nothing, like who are so successful with their own businesses and families and kids. And it's, you know, like, I mean, people, the world definitely counted out.
Like former client and now employee Peter Cunningham.
Tiff and Blue Waters took a chance on me when I came in with nothing. And over the next 2 years that I stayed here, you know, as things just started to happen for me. I went to meetings, did what the program suggested.
Pete's dogs are all rescues and come to work with him every day like Tiffany's. The recovery work is tough. Not everyone makes it. And Tiffany says it's heartbreaking, but it's all about one day at a time. Naja Sherman, CBS 4 News.
And turning now to our Taste of the Town segment with outposts in Chicago and Austin, the hugely popular Mediterranean restaurant known as Abba, which is Hebrew for father, recently opened at the Bal Harbour Shops. CBS News Miami's Lisa Petrillo takes us there.
It's a calm and cool vibe at Abba in Bal Harbour Shops. Abba, which means father in Hebrew, first opened in Chicago 6 years ago and later in Austin. Both locations have a loyal following.
This is charred avocado.
Chef partner C.J. Jacobson says he's seeing some of those guests here.
It's so cool to be walking around and say, hey, C.J. And like, people say, hey, C.J. And I'm like, hey. And like, oh, we met you in Austin. I'm like, hi. But it's kind of cool because like when you're in a new market, it's nice to have people that already know you a little bit and can like make you feel like at home.
The 250-seat restaurant with dining inside and out evokes summer in the Mediterranean with its lush interior dining room featuring olive trees and greenery that brings the outside in.
We opened in Bal Harbour because we had the opportunity to, honestly.
Yeah.
It's a great place. I think everyone wants to be here. And we were approached. And how could you say no to this environment? It's beautiful. Everyone's been nice.
Can you come in here and get an affordable dinner?
Absolutely. We are a mezza restaurant, so you order a whole bunch of things. You can get lots of different things. And if you come with 2 people, you can try lots of different things for a very affordable price.
Chef CJ incorporates a lighter style of cooking with influences from around the Mediterranean. We begin our tasting with his famous hummus. It's served with house bread.
Our hummus recipe is very creamy, very luscious, very rich.
I'm just going to say you nailed the description because it is really creamy. There's a hint of a spice, but it's just kind of this like, I don't know,
Velvet.
soothing love food, right?
Yeah. Now you sound like me. I say that a lot. I'm like, that's just like a love fest right here. What's going on?
Next, the muhammara, which is roasted red pepper, chilies, walnut, and pomegranate molasses.
So a kick, a definite kick,
Yeah.
but not overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
What's the crunch?
The crunch is the walnut.
Let's not forget the cocktails. This one is aloe juice and mezcal.
This is
Aloe, it's me.
Aloe, it's me.
Hello, it's me.
We tried the deliciously cold and fresh hamachi with charred avocado, ginger scallion, kiwi, and desert hibiscus flower, before ending on Chef's green falafel with avocado tzatziki, garlic tahini, and spices.
Super, super crunchy on the outside,
Yeah.
which I like.
Something like pillow.
And then soft pillow on the inside, then with the tahini and the avocado. Again, a love fest.
Yeah.
Abba, where love is in the air and on the plate.
Cheers to a great meal. Tell me how many days you're open here at Abba.
7 days a week, lunch and dinner.
All right, with a fantastic taste of the town here in Bal Harbour, I'm Lisa Petrillo, CBS 4 News. Now back to this.
Need to try it out. When Headliners comes back, Broward Health celebrates one major milestone with a very special person.
From South Florida, this is Headliners, only on CBS News Miami.
Welcome back. I'm Elliot Rodriguez. Do not retire. That's the advice of a 100-year-old lawyer who is busy at work almost every day. Jay Simons is a legal legend in Broward County, where he was once a municipal judge. As CBS News Miami's Hank Tester found out, the legal eagle has been practicing law since 1950 and still going strong.
It was the dawn of the Roaring '20s, 1922, Babe Ruth, a New York Yankee, radio just entering America's front rooms, airplanes become more than a curiosity, Prohibition in full swing, scandal-scarred Warren Harding is president, and 1922, this guy is born.
I am James J. Simons, according to Miami records.
If you did the math, you figured it out. Yep, James J. Simons is 100 years old. After service in World War II, graduate of the University of Miami, admitted to the Florida Bar 1950, private practice, and in the 1970s a Broward County municipal judge known as Judge JJ.
I like what I do. I love what I do. You can't hear me, but I can hear you.
On a Zoom call, that's Jay doing a mediation. Yep, 100 and still practicing law. Years of savvy combined with modern-day technology. A law career continues.
I'm good at it. I can do almost the impossible with two people. And they agree that it's a lot easier than going to court.
Mostly insurance cases, Jay gets plenty of work for longtime connections in the Broward legal community. Uses Zoom to everyone's advantage.
And it does work. And it saves a lot of money for a lot of people and a lot of time.
Married his wife Nancy for 69 years, both serious collectors of Western art. Well, so what's the secret? How did he live all these years and is still very much at it?
My wife says I procrastinate. That's what she says. I procrastinate, and I've used it to advantage, obviously, because here I am 100.
And never retire, he'll tell you.
The best advice you'll ever get. I never wanted to retire.
Age is just a number, right, Jay?
Oh, yeah, a big number.
That's good advice, and I'm Hank Tester, CBS 4 News.
Great to see that. 85 years ago, Broward Health opened its doors at a converted apartment building in Fort Lauderdale. It has since grown by leaps and bounds. CBS News Miami anchor Lauren Pastrana has more on its big celebration and one very special guest of honor.
This little bundle of joy may be the first baby born in the Broward Health system in 2023, but Newana Bowman was the first baby born at Broward Health ever.
My father drove all the way from Pompano down Old Dixie Highway, which was not very big at that time, and then I was born here, so I've got a lot of history here.
Bowman was recognized today as the hospital system celebrates its 85th anniversary.
I've been back for their 40th, their 50th, and their 60th, and then their 75th was the last one I was here. And it's been wonderful to be a part of it and to help them celebrate.
You look like the epitome of Broward Health. You look great. When I'm 85, I hope I look as good as you do.
That's right. Bowman has aged well, just like the hospital system, which started out as a 16-bed facility. The main medical center now has more than 700 beds, and the system admits more than 51,000 patients with more than 30 locations across the county.
The board hereby designates Wednesday, January the 4th, 2023, as Broward Health Day.
And another special woman was also recognized at the celebration. Thelma Coates has worked at Broward Health for 60 years.
When I came here, it was 4 floors. They was all over on the west side, Andrews, and they had everything there. And I watched the hospital grow, and all I can say, I'm very grateful.
Coates started out as a nurse's aide. She still works at the hospital, currently as a patient monitor.
I feel proud of myself, and I think they're real proud to have me.
She hopes to be around for more anniversaries to come. Same goes for Newana Bowman.
If I'm living and they invite me, I'm sure they would invite me, and if I'm able to come, I'll come.
Lauren Pastrana, CBS News, Miami.
And thank you for joining us this half hour in Headliners. Always keep it right here on CBS News Miami for up-to-the-minute breaking news and weather 24 hours a day. Make it a great day.